Hey guys, it is Joette with BalloonCoach.com, and I'm recording this on March 30th, 2022. And today I wanted you to meet Carolyn Heyman, who is one of our instructors for Balloon Boss Summit 2022. She is being sponsored by Batalic. Many of you know it as Batalitex. Batalic is the foil side of the business, and Batalitex is the latex side of it, the balloons. Many people know of Linkaloons, and Carolyn has become really well known for them by creating Conrad the unicorn. So, what I wanted to do is let you guys know that number one, I am super excited that Carolyn is going to be one of the 25 people. This is our dream team, 25 amazing instructors at Balloon Boss Summit, November 6th through the 10th in Orlando. We're at a Disney Springs Holiday Inn hotel. You can walk to Disney Springs. It's a really great area. But the thing that I love about Carolyn being a part of our team is she was one of my most requested instructors to come back again because people absolutely loved Carolyn's class and how she let everybody experience how to build with linking balloons. So before we get into all of those details, I'd love for you guys to get to know a little bit more about Carolyn. So Carolyn, can you tell us how you first got started in balloons and did your pop design and creations?
Sure. Well, I started I think now it's been about 15 years ago, and I started as a balloon twister. And that was, I got in there not knowing what I was getting myself into. My daughter was sort of interested in balloons, and we found somebody to show us how to do it. And I became much more interested than she did and quickly got much more into it. And she kind of bowed out. And then we found the Michigan Twisters, and through that met a bunch of other very well-known balloon twisters and started, doing things and got into deco twisting, which then brought me into the deco world. So,
Yay!
yeah.
I love it. And I had seen Carolyn Heyman make a unicorn at Twist and Shout. And so I was doing a Parade Promotions and Profits workshop with balloons by Tommy in Chicago. And so a lot of you all may follow Balloons by Tommy. And what I'm going to do is just show you guys from his website. They're great at putting up a photo gallery of all their past parades. Look at all these amazing balloons, right? And so people had seen how they had done the Pride Parade for years and had wanted to go work with Tommy and be able to do a parade workshop. So I actually got a group of people together to do that. And what was wonderful is that Tommy and Scott were like, yes, a unicorn would be amazing for the Pride Parade, right? And so we not only made one, but made two of the Conrads for the parade. And so I'm just kind of going to show this a little bit so you guys kind of see it in the background. That year we did a tribute at the beginning and some sculptures. And then as you went through the parade, you can see the unicorns were a huge hit, hugging and more. It was a blast. So Carolyn, what did it feel like to have the video that we recorded? It was just practice of you and Anais jumping
Right.
up and down it wasn't even the actual parade. And when we went down to the parade, we were on the bus and the numbers started going up. How did it feel as Conrad went viral?
That was totally crazy. And I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I had just popped that video up the night before at about 1 a.m. and fell asleep. And then I don't even think I was on social media. On the bus the next day, we were so excited and we were getting down to get, with all the balloons. And then I think Tommy was like, "You're blowing up." And I didn't even know what he was talking about. So, I mean, obviously I knew about getting big numbers, but I had no idea that what was going to happen. And when we were in the parade, people were just freaking out about Conrad the unicorn and yelling unicorn. We were running over, and it was so much fun. It was about 1,000 degrees out that day. And I mean, it was just the adrenaline of the crowds and seeing the reaction to all of the balloons and then to the costume. It was just incredible. And then, yeah, my numbers just went crazy. I think before the Before that weekend, I had about 5,000 Facebook followers, and within days, I was up to 60,000. You could just hit refresh and watch the numbers go up. It was just amazing. So kind of a once in a lifetime thing, I think. And, but Conrad still continues to just get huge, huge numbers, huge views. And really almost every balloon costume has that, crazy ability to drive people to your site and build your business with that.
Well, and a lot of times people ask me, like, what balloons can they use outside that are going to handle the heat? And so I want to let you guys know that what was awesome is the Talatex, all of the balloons that you see in this parade, this was the 2017 parade, that is all Talatex latex. So she made the Gummi Bears, she did Conrad again. You can see our bus that we followed along with, that we have the cupcakes. It was amazing. And so we created all those designs at the parade workshop starting up to a week in advance. And so people often ask me, like, how long can you make your balloons ahead of time? So for something like this, we were doing the round balloons up to a week in advance, and then more of like the 260s and the 360s. Those we usually try to do them just a couple of days before. But it was amazing. And like Carolyn said, a huge hit with the crowd of being able to see the balloons in person, and then with Conrad bringing the balloons to life. So Carolyn, I know you've done other costumes too, not just at the Pride Parade. Can you tell us a little bit about some of the other costumes that you've made before with Lynx?
Sure. Well, the first original costume that I made was a lobster costume, and I made it for a competition, and I learned a lot about costuming with that. And when I came home and remade the lobster for a local parade, that was like another real adrenaline rush that just, it was just so much fun to step out and again see the reaction. Oh, that was my first time actually having that, that big crowd reaction, and was just super fun. But yeah, lobster, I've made a tiki man, I've done the Christmas gnomes, which I've also made as pride gnomes. Oh, then our whole family got into costumes, which was super fun. We do a Thanksgiving turkey trot, and that year we did Thanksgiving food. So we had a corn and we had a turkey leg and a big carrot. Then we were running in this 5K. And so it's just endless opportunities, and eagle, pinatas, cupcakes, everything. That's my family during COVID. We were able to do just the three of us on a little turkey trot around our neighborhood. They sort of had a virtual option. And we got a couple friends to run with us in snowflake backpacks to kind of give a little atmosphere. So yeah, super fun. And just, again, one costume on its own is amazing. The more you can get, the better. So as Joette knows, I think at the last summit, we made 12 balloon costumes in all, or 15. I mean, it was insane.
Yeah, we did stuff for St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, and Christmas, and it was an absolute blast.
Yeah.
And so the thing that I love about Carolyn is she's very creative. She comes up with a way that things can be used, the same type of design over and over, by adding a couple of different accents or how you taper things. So with Carolyn coming this year for Balloon Boss Summit, is I've asked her in our class to make sure that she's teaching you a base design that you can then become creative with and adapt to try to really make it anything you want. So we put out there for those of you coming to Balloon Boss Summit to let us know what the mascots are for your area. And then what we're going to try to do is pick a couple of those that are something that's the most popular across the board. And then you'd be able to use that for your local schools or your local corporations. And then over time, be able to adapt those principles to be able to really make anything you want out of linking balloons. And sometimes people tell me, well, I don't need a costume. Well, you can also put these designs on a stand and make it be that it is an actual, just a sculpture for an event, rather than having to be something that you wear. But I do encourage, as the world opens back up, parades are happening again. So sign up at your local St. Patrick's Day, 4th of July, Memorial Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Some places have Halloween or Martin Luther King There's so many different parades that go on in different areas for festivals. And when you put on this balloon costume or make a couple of party poles or parade poles, it really draws attention to your business. So that is one of the reasons I love having Carolyn come back, is that I think that parades, sorry, I'm actually somehow typing to text. On my phone was like going off. I'm like, what's going on? So I want you guys to understand that with these techniques, you can use it to promote for yourself by being in the parades, but then you can also make amazing linking sculptures to be able to meet your clients' needs when they ask you for something that you can't find as a foil balloon, or that you need it to be more larger than life. It's a great skill to have. And I see so many people doing corporate accounts where they're needing to do those themed ideas with the linking balloons. So Carolyn does a great job with that. And so Rachel is saying, I make her costumes all the time. I learn them at the workshop and people go crazy. So yay, Rachel had come to Orlando to learn from Carolyn, and it's been fun to see how many people have taken this confidence from Carolyn's classes and been able to apply it to their business. Carolyn, is there a certain thing that you like about coming to Orlando or any of the BalloonCoach trainings, like that, something that you've enjoyed from them in the past?
Oh yeah. Well, first of all, it's so much fun to be on staff, and the people that you bring in are always just incredible and fun to work with and super nice. And so it's just a really great atmosphere. The teaching team is really a team, which I love. And then, like I always say this, so I know to you I sound a bit like a broken record, Joette, but like, you do not miss a detail. If there is something that is going to make the workshop nicer in some way, or if there is something that's going to make it a better experience, whether it's having our meals together or the way that you set up the seating in the day, or the little touches of, like, one year we had the hand massages that we could sign up for at night. Just the attention to detail is so high. And I just can't think of anybody I know who's been and hasn't said, like, what an outstanding event it is. And then the focus on business and how what we're learning and doing is all really super fun and great. But if you're just coming to do that stuff and then you're just going to go home and it's not going to improve your business, then why even, why are you doing it? And so the focus to take what you've learned and the fun that you've had, and then look at it as a way to then make some more money so you can come back the next year. So definitely, I mean, there's a lot to be said for, a lot of different trainings, but I have to say this is really one of my favorite events, and it's always a great time. So I'm psyched to come back for 2022.
Yay, thanks, Carolyn. Well, for those of you who are joining us live today, if you have a question for Carolyn or a question about Balloon Boss Summit, you can type it into the chat box, or you can open up your mic and ask. What I'm going to do is answer some of the top questions that I've been getting private messages about over the last week. So number one, how do you sign up? You go to BalloonCoach.com and you click Join Us at Summit. And you can see this is one of the balloon walls that we created a few years ago. But what I love about our program is it's about learning in the round. We sit at tables with the instructors. So typically when you go to other conferences, they're amazing, great information that happens, but you're typically in a room with one instructor on stage and 50 to 100 people in the classroom. At our event, there's only 100 delegates. And then we have 25 instructors. So what happens is when you're sitting at a table, there's an instructor at that table, and then like 6 other delegates, and you all are watching the classes together. So when Carolyn is up teaching about linking balloons, then you might be sitting next to Chris Potts or Marlene or Sarah Meyer or any of our other staff. They're going to be right there next to you, learning with you from the instructors. And then when it's time for our lunch, every day we have lunch together, and it's a time for you to hang out with the people. So I wanted to make sure you guys know that that's one of the things that's unique about our event, is that you're able to hang out with the instructors at lunchtime, with them during the classes. And then as Carolyn said, I do have a massage therapist that comes that you can sign up for. You pay for it. It's $1 a minute. You pay him. But what's great is on Sunday this year, November 6th, Classes start at 10 a.m. We're doing a boot camp with Peggy Williams and Eddie Hayland, who are just a riot when they're on stage together. They have so much knowledge in our industry with decades of experience and helping us with those little tips and tricks that sometimes, from heat sealing foils, which seems to be one of the people's biggest problems even after 30 years, to being able to put some really great tips into making your balloon designs. And then in the afternoon, Chris Potts is going to be teaching on how to build walls and rigging. And what's going to happen is in the afternoon, we'll all have sessions. So some of you can hang out with Carolyn on Sunday and start inflating balloons that we'll be using for her costumes class. Then other people can be hanging out and heat sealing foils. Other people can be building walls using tools. So our Sunday hands-on balloon build is kind of getting everything geared up for the week. And then throughout the week, we have a mix of business and balloon classes, from how to work with mitzvahs to themed designs to corporate clients. And it really focuses in not on just building the balloons, but now what's your plan for growth when you get back? What systems are you going to put in place to grow your business? And then the last big question everybody's had is, who are all the instructors? So they're all listed here, so you can see all of our amazing sponsors. And again, Vitalik is a sponsor for Carolynn Hayman, and I appreciate them. They've been supporting us since our classes started back in 2016. So you can see all the people, and then you can go ahead and push here. $19.97. If you are a Balloon Boss Mastermind member, you do get a $300 discount. So if you're a Mastermind member who's not signed up yet, send me a private message. Say, hey, Joette, what's the code? And I'll give you the discount. And the discount can go off the main price or the payment plans. And then our 6-month payment plan is ending on the 30th, March 30th. So you want to go ahead and grab that today, or the 3 payment plan. And so how the payment plans are, you pay one today, and then you pay one each month until that payment plan is paid off, or you can pay in full. And like I said, there's only 35 seats left out of our 100. So you want to grab your seat soon. And yes, you can go ahead and grab your hotel room. You go right here and you click on book your room. And if you have other questions about Balloon Boss Summit, you can email me, Joette, Joette, at BalloonCoach.com, and I'll be glad to answer your questions. We do have the CBA testing happening on the 10th from 9 a.m. to 1. So if you were looking to get your CBA, that is a bonus for those people coming to Summit. And we have all these amazing partners that help support our Balloon Boss Summit. So it's great that you get to have your hands on a wide variety of balloons and products, and all of these wonderful sponsors help us have such a large team. All right, so I'm going to check our chat. And again, for those of you who are on live with me, if you have a question about Summit or a question for Carolynn, ask it in the chat or open up your mic now.
Can I say one more thing I forgot?
Yes.
I can't even believe this. I forgot this, but the other incredible thing about these summits is that Joette brings in a photographer and videographer and a stylist and an assistant stylist to get photos that you can then use to put on your site with your watermark, with your branding, and use that to sell what you've seen at the summit. And just the unbelievable amount of images that you'll have access to is incredible and worth the, probably the entire price that you'll pay to be there. So yeah, that's incredible.
That's great. And so this year I'm excited. Melissa Vincent and Jenny Porter are going to come back and help us with our styling. And so what happens if you're not a Balloon Boss Mastermind member yet, you might want to look at that. It gets you access to all kinds of ongoing training, but I'm showing you inside of our dashboard for those people who came to Summit last year, Summit 2021, they're able to go in and they're able to grab out the photos from last year's event. And so I'm going to show you this. Whoops. So I wanted to show you, since Carolyn brought that up about the pictures, is so that you can see all these pictures. What we're going to do this year is help empower each of you to take better Instagram worthy photos. So Jenny and Melissa are going to actually teach on how to make better video clips and photos, and also to help empower you to go and do your own style shoot when you get home. But what's fun is we bring in actors or models, children or adults, to help us stage really fun photos, because what we find is that photos with kids in it will sell the emotion, right? So having action shots where the kids are enjoying the balloons and having a good time. One year we brought in a bride and groom. And so here's an extra bonus for those of you coming to 2022, is we are actually going to take some of our best photos from all of our past events and put it into a marketing calendar. Jonathan Fudge, who's awesome at being organized, he is going to help us put a marketing calendar together where throughout the week when we have collaboration sessions, everybody's going to be able to input a little part to that, so that when we get done, you can actually have a calendar to put out for the year for your social media posts based on the collaborative efforts of the people at the event. So super excited about that. So I was going to show you a couple more of our fun photos from last year. So we always pick different themes. Right now, a lot of people are loving these tents, right? Everybody has the little tent parties. So we even did like fun little video clips that people then had to market with afterwards. To just seeing their adorable faces, because kids sell, right? And when you're working with your balloons and when you're going on jobs, remembering that you want to show the emotion that balloons bring rather than just a blank balloon all the time. So sometimes it's nice to have the balloons, but other times it's great to have the people in the event. So I'm going to show you a couple of the stage things we got here. But being able to pan that space and show how the balloons look with the cake, with the flowers, it helps people see that being at their wedding, right? Or if we're setting it up to be at a baby shower. The team did an amazing job this last year on being able to make those. And so this year we're going to empower you at the event to be able to take these kind of great photos. So again, you know, like toasting to the new year and just seeing the joy of being with the balloons. So that's the unique thing about Balloon Boss Summit, is that we create sellable balloon decor. We give you increased confidence in marketing and selling it, and the tools to be able to put those things in action when you get home. Because my goal is for you to be able to build your business to whatever level that you want, whether it's that you want to work your business part-time and just earn an extra $1,000 a month, or it may be that you work this as your full-time income, your family is dependent on all the money comes through it. It's totally up to you. And that's the great thing about our summit team, is you're able to hang out with people at all different levels, from those who work their business part-time to those that work their business full-time. Our instructors, some of them have been in the industry for a few years, others have been over 3 decades. So that's the part that's super exciting. Carolyn, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, my dog is growling out the window.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear him.
There she is.
So it's great. So guys, I'm double checking the chat one more time. If there's any other questions those of you who are on live with me have today, please ask. But go ahead and go to BalloonCoach.com today. Click on Join Us at Summit to grab your ticket. If you have other questions, email me, Joette@BalloonCoach.com. I'll be glad to answer your questions. And as always with my live webinars that I do with my Balloon Boss Mastermind program or our Lunch and Learns, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn off the recording, and as a bonus for the people who are on, they can ask me any kind of brainstorming questions they have. And if you'd like to experience that kind of training, at BalloonCoach.com, you can click on Mastermind. Join us for a month or stick around for years. The training is here to help you take that next step. Carolyn, thank you for your time today. I can't
Thank you.
to see you in November in Orlando, and all the fun things that we're going to build together as a group. And I appreciate all the time and effort you put into making your class phenomenal, because it was one of those things where everybody was so wowed at how much we were able to create, how quickly we were able to do it, to be able to do all those wonderful photos for the different themes. And so I appreciate you bringing your time and talents back to the event
Sure.
again this year.
Thanks. Can't wait.